Hey guys, Emily here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or thanks for stopping by if this is your very first time here. As you can tell from the title of this video, I am taking you through a crazy basement overhaul. I'm going to be tackling some organizing, decluttering, cleaning, and just getting rid of stuff that we don't use or need. Let's start out with a little tour of my basement. Slowly, over time, my basement just exploded. And I honestly think the reason for that is that it's just not properly organized and not everything has a specific place, and I overall just had way too much stuff and just extra art supplies that I didn't need and just extra clothes that I didn't need. So all that is about to change today. I'm going through everything, organizing everything, decluttering, cleaning, all that good stuff, and I'm taking you with me. So let's get started by taking everything out of this space here. This is the space that really needed the most help because I honestly could not even really walk into the room, and that's really, really bad. So as you can see here, I'm just bringing everything out into the other side of the basement just so I can get a better handle on organizing. It's really hard to organize in a space where you can't even walk in. So that's why I'm taking everything out, and then I'm going to go from there. I decided to start off by organizing all of my craft supplies. Here I am starting to organize my son's craft supplies. I had this pink bin here just chock full of stuff, and I wanted to really organize it, really figure out what I could throw away, what I could keep in a kind of storage bin for craft supplies. And then this pink bin here, I wanted to put supplies in that we use really, really regularly that I could take upstairs just to grab and go when we need, like stickers, markers, etc. After I had a little bit better of an idea how to organize my son's craft supplies, I moved on to my craft supplies that I have been hoarding and accumulating for the past 7 years or so since I moved into this house. So I have this bin here that I was just kind of reorganizing, and then I have this double-decker storage bin that I'm also reorganizing and just putting things into baggies just so I can grab those easier instead of it just kind of being a free-for-all in the bin. So I put like all paintbrushes in a bag, all of my RIT dye in a bag, sponges in a bag, etc. Here's just another bin that I'm going through. This one, I don't really go through things in here that much, like yarn, fabric, etc. So this didn't need that much organization, thankfully. What I decided to put in this purple bin was just craft supplies that we don't really use that often. So I have like pipe cleaners, contact paper, and then I have some milk jugs. And I honestly don't know why I kept the milk jugs, but I think it's because I've researched crafts before that use milk jugs, and I just wanted to have them on hand when I needed some. So for some reason I kept those, and they are in that purple bin. And then, like I mentioned earlier, this pink bin is for all craft supplies that we use very regularly.
Always looking for the way in this bubble, lost, but it feels so safe. We're playing a game. Make your move now before it's too late. Never been a believer in fate. Know that I should.
Okay, moving on to baby clothes. I have never organized my son's baby clothes before. He just turned 2 back in June, and what I was doing prior to this is that all of the clothes that he had outgrown, I was just putting into one bin, and then all of the clothes that will fit him in the future that my sister had given me or my sister-in-law had given me as hand-me-downs, I had in another bin. but it was getting to the point where there was too many clothes in both bins, so I needed to find a better option. So what I decided to do was to organize all of the clothes that my son no longer fits into in categories. So what I did was organize from like 0 to 6 months, and then 6 to 12 months, and then 12 to 18 months, 18 months to 24 months, and he's currently in like 2T, 3T, and then I have a bin for clothes that are going to fit him in the future, like 3T, 4T, etc. So at the end of this, I had the bin for 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, 12 to 18, etc., etc. So that's just what I'm doing here, going through all these bins, organizing into piles, and then folding the clothes and putting into the corresponding bins. I think what ended up happening was per bin wasn't 0 to 6 months. I think for one bin I did like 0 to 12 months. I think that's what I ended up doing.
Diamond in the dark, yeah, I finally found myself. I'm done looking back and now flowers in bloom, yeah. Powers in you, yeah. Oh, I'm keeping on till I bring out the sun. Bring out the sun. Twisting into flowers, yeah. When it won't get better, I make it better. Baby, I can do it myself. Yeah, I got the power myself. Push the clothes now. I can do it myself. Yeah, I did that. When it won't get better, I make it better. Baby, I can do it myself.
Next, I moved on to organizing my son's baby toys, kind of similar to how I organized my son's baby clothes. What I did was organize toys by kind of age. So I did like newborn toys, and then 6 to 12 month toys, and then kind of like toddler toys. And that's what you're seeing me do here. And then I put puzzles in one bin, and then I also organized in a bin toys that my son can currently use, but I have in storage at the time. So I do a toy rotation for my son a lot. So toys that are not currently in his playroom that he still uses, I put in a separate bin, and then when he kind of gets tired of the toys that he's using in the playroom, I'll take some of the toys out and then put some away. So I just do a rotation just depending on how he is with his toys. If he seems to be getting bored with them, then I'll do a rotation sooner.
Feeling like Pluto, you already knew though. I'm hiding just behind the stars, but how come the stars don't shine when it's day? How come the sky at night?
This corner of the basement right here was all of the donation stuff that I decided to take to Goodwill. So I'm just piling that all into a box, and then I just set it off to the side until I could get to Goodwill. I had a bunch of decor in a bin, but what I decided to do was to wrap those things in paper and then put them in a box, just so whenever we move out of this house, it's one less box that I need to pack. So this is the first box that is ready to go whenever we decide to move out of this home. And by putting those things in a box instead of a bin, that freed up a bin that I ended up using for more baby clothes. So it worked out perfectly. And an extra bonus was that I was able to move things around in such a way that I did not have to buy any bins for this project. I thought initially when I started this that I was going to have to buy bins at Target or Walmart in order to do the baby clothes, to do the toys. But through all of my organizing, I was able to free up some bins, so then I had some bins free to do the toys and the clothes. So $0 for this project, which was an extra bonus in my book. Probably pretty self-explanatory here, but I'm just starting to reorganize the storage closet, trying to maneuver things in such a way that the things that I needed to have direct access to, I could, and then the things that I really will never touch, like the old baby clothes, etc., could be pushed farther back in the storage closet that I didn't really have access to. That was a huge problem in that storage closet, was that the things that I was trying to get to, like craft supplies, it was organized in such a way that I would have to move a bunch of things around in order to get to the things that I needed, and that was just not fun. So I made sure this time when I reorganized and kind of rearranged in the storage closet that I had direct access to the things that I used often. Now on to cleaning. I had last cleaned the floor in January. I am ashamed to admit that. And honestly, when I had cleaned the floor in January, the time that I had cleaned it before that had probably been like years. So I knew that this floor was really disgusting. And you know, it's a basement, so there's spiders and there's centipedes and there's just bugs. So there was just a lot of nasty things on the floor that I needed to clean up. So I decided to start off by vacuuming, and then I finished with a real deal mop. Usually I use the Swiffer Wet Jet, but I'm like, you know what? I need to get out the big guns. I need to bring out the real deal mop for this.
Take another step now. I don't even know how we got here. Shortness in my breath now. Looking for a way out. It's not clear. My heart is holding on to the past, but somehow I just want this to last.
Okay guys, here is the finished look of my basement. I feel so accomplished. It looks amazing. Everything that I need is now at my fingertips. Everything has its own place. It's organized. It's beautiful. It's clean. I'm proud. So if you liked any part of this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoy this type of video. And if you feel like subscribing, then I would love to have you as part of my community. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye!